Hello everybody, Talbadar here, giving you another video on how to play Arena as a Shadow Priest. Today I'm going to go over how to play Shadow Priest Mage versus Paladin Warrior. So, you have two targets in this matchup, obviously the Paladin and the Warrior. Both of them are easily killed. So, in a few of these clips I'm just going to show how we pull off each strategy. The first one is going to be as Zerg on the Paladin, the second one is going to be control on the Paladin and kill the Warrior, and the third one is going to be more of a decision that the Warrior has to make to follow or run away. So anyway, onto the first clip here, Blades Edge Arena. I noticed that the Warrior is most likely going to target me, so I run just right by him, Mage Novas him, and I'm able to stay on my mount and just get to the Paladin, who is now sheeped. Now in this sheep, we're just going to try to line up our damage, so I start casting my dots right after this fear, and just a quick note here, the Warrior is now sheeped. We planned this every single time we fight a Paladin Warrior. As soon as I fear the Paladin, or I'm about to fear the Paladin, Novos, the Mage, will sheep the Warrior so that he's unable to do anything. He can trinket that, but he can easily be sheeped again because the Paladin is going to be silenced, just like he is now, into a disarm, and as soon as he gets about this low, I start casting my Master Spell, and my Shadow Fiend and Devouring Plague kills him. So, very, very easy win, solid strategy to use against Paladin Warrior. Just go straight for the Paladin, fear him off the bat on your mount, and then lead that into a silence, into a disarm, and then hopefully get a massive spell, and sometimes even die before that because they aren't expecting so much damage. So again, even if I'm not able to mount, I just charge straight for the Paladin. He does Blood Elf silence me at the same time, but you can easily get to him if the Warrior is not on you. Now, this is looking like a pretty dire situation right here. The Mage is at half health, the Warrior just used Bladestorm, and now he's going after me. But it's pretty easy to survive through something like this. So the first thing I'm thinking is I need to kite. So you'll see when I start this here, I'm just trying to move away from the Mage as much as possible so he has to actually use some type of charge to get back to him or be snared. Now, the Mage is still at half, and I'm starting to cast damage because I know he's going to live. Now, the way we just turn this around is Mage blinked, Warrior has no more charges, and now the Paladin's sheeped. So we have free lineups in the Warrior. Also notice that the Mage is going to have Weakened Soul, which is my powered shield debuff on him at all times because I'm making him stay alive. He hasn't dipped below half. So right here, I just want you to watch the control chain we landed on this Paladin to be able to land this kill. I just recently silenced him, but he's now disarmed. And then just pretty much ignore the damage in the Warrior. It's kind of obvious, bunch of dots and frost bolts, but disarmed into a deep freeze right now, into a half sheep. Now I'm running up for the next one. Nova's also overlaps a sheep just in case. Now the Warrior's getting really low here, so Paladin's definitely going to be having to bubble at least soon. So I land this fear at the same time as the sheep, so he definitely does bubble. Cast a quick massive spell before the Warrior can get me. And then the Warrior's still low. The Paladin goes to cast, and then he just gets counterspelled into his tree. So Paladin wasn't able to do anything for the past 20 seconds or so, and we do have other controls lining up soon. We have another deep freeze coming up, so plenty of controls, almost infinite ability to just control the Paladin forever. So going in the Paladin at the start and rushing him down, very good strategy, but also just controlling him with the Mage and the Priest, very good strategy as well. So in this clip, I'm going to show you a game where we don't just run in and instantly kill somebody or just control them until we win. Some annoying things and bad things will happen in this match. So I'm just going to go through this quickly. He charges the Mage. I go straight for the Paladin. My usual idea, like no matter what, you should be able to get this off unless the Warrior is all over you, gets all of his snares. So right here we're going for a burst in the Paladin, and oh, he jumps off the edge at the same time. So silence and deep freeze. We land that. We still get the bubble. Very nice. But the Warrior is getting spammed to spell out of sheeps, and he's all over me. So very difficult to just spam damage right now, and the Warrior does choose to Bladestorm. So while he's Bladestorming, you can notice my health just dropping. Deep Wounds does tick through dispersion. You can see the 800 ticks. And this looks really, really bad. But this is actually usually a planned situation that we kind of have come up with. As soon as he Bladestorms, Novos will immediately just go over the Paladin and sheep him, so that as soon as this Warrior comes out of Bladestorm, he's able to put roots and snares on him so that I can get away. So I just use a fear because I'm trying desperately to get away, but right after that he lands a Nova and a Frostbolt on him while the Paladin's sheeped into an Imp CS so that I can just get away. Now back at full health, renew, prayer of mending, shield all up. I run it back up to the top and get back into the fight so that the mage doesn't randomly die. Now, warriors usually like to stick on their same target, and I know this. So as soon as I come back up, I'm expecting some type of intercept or charge, so just cheesy jump, just get rid of that charge right here, and keep going. Now, kind of an annoying MS latency thing that I did there. I tried to fear, and it kind of didn't hit him, so for the next like 20 seconds, we're probably just going to be running around trying to do some type of damage, but usually we line up all of our things with fears or trying to get some good kites on. So as you'll see here, we're just going to be trying to run around in circles, get some damage out, control anything we can, but nothing's really happening too much. Now, letting the warrior sit on me for a long period of time, just like he did there, is kind of not great for us. Paladin does trinket there, it's something we were looking for. And okay, right here is a decision that they have to make as a team. And that decision is basically, do I intercept this priest right now, or do I go back to the pillar with my paladin? As you can see, the pillar is coming up in the middle, so the paladin is going to be forced to come out with no trinket, and that is probably the mistake that cost them the game, because the paladin just runs out into the middle, gets sheeped full, and the warrior tries to bladestorm just to keep pressure up and not allow me to do damage, but he's forced to just cancel bladestorm and shield wall, but to no avail. He dies. Paladin's MCS, and we have other CCs lined up to be able to kill him. So as you can see, turning around a game, especially after something terrible happens, not too difficult. You just need to land the correct timing of sheeps, and the mage has to snare for you. It's not all the Shadow Priest doing everything, so hope you enjoyed this video, and good luck beating Paladin Warrior.